Hey guys, James here, back with another video, and today I've got a backpack overview of this. This is the Level 8, as you can see here, and this is called the Atlas backpack. So it fits all 15 and 17-inch MacBooks, or if you don't have a MacBook, it fits 15 to 17-inch laptops as well. It just depends on how thick your laptop is. As you can see from the title, this is a business travel backpack. This is what it's designed to do, and so I'm just going to be very cautious throughout this video to not put it in something that it's not supposed to be. You know, people will say, oh, you know, how many books can this fit? You know, can I use this for uni? You probably can, but it's not designed to be used for that purpose. It's designed to be used as a business traveling backpack. So that's how I'm going to be looking at this. That's how I'm going to be reviewing this. It's going to be slightly different from the anti-theft backpacks that I've reviewed on this channel before, but it is a nice change of pace. I really do like that. So Level 8 reached out to me and sent this backpack in for review. So I can't wait to get into it. A very different backpack than I'm used to reviewing on this channel. So of course, I'm still going to be using my normal scoring sheet as always. However, I will be kind of rating it a bit differently, as I said. Everything kind of is the same category. It's just, it's on a different weighting or different scale. I hope you get what I mean. Let's just get rid of this. So as you can see, you know, it's advertised very much like the backpacks that you would find in like a store. I don't know what the equivalent would be in the US, but a store like Myers or David Jones, kind of that high class stuff where you get Samsonite, all those travel bags. So you can see it's got a nice tag. It's got this little kind of design, which is the fabric they use to line the laptop part. I'll get to that a bit later. So this is some of the information. It is made in China. It's designed in the US, but it is obviously made in China. So there you go, Atlas backpack. And so that you see this tag as well. So I will be leaving a link in the description below to Amazon where you can go ahead and get this. Currently, I believe it's only in the US. I don't think they can ship to Australia just yet, but you know, have a look out and possibly you'll be able to get that in Australia. Let's get into the bag. I'm excited to see how we go. So first one is the overall design and quality of this bag. Now, it is very different. The design is quite generic in that sense, but it also doesn't look that tacky. I think there are tacky elements to it, but the benefit of that is that it doesn't actually draw attention. It's a normal backpack. Whereas if you're rocking the Clickback Pro, the Bobby backpack, that immediately draws attention. The benefit of this is that, hey, it's just a normal backpack, nothing to see here. So I think there's a benefit to that. You can see that the material on the outside isn't that resistant to cut. This middle section is quite resistant to water. They do claim that the entire backpack is water resilient. So that is one claim, but it is definitely resistant. It's got water lining around the backpack. So even if you got it quite wet, as long as the zips were closed up, it would be quite okay. Your stuff inside would be quite fine. This is where it's really hard to decide on what score I'd give, because in a sense, for this kind of backpack, it's not bad, it's pretty good. But then for a rating that is equivalent to like the Clickback Pro, which is like pretty good, revolutionary, it's very hard to distinguish where that score goes. But I'll just say it's quite generic. Not to say that's a bad thing. As I said, that can be a good thing that it's generic. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't say, hey, look at me. You know, so I'm just going to give it right bang in the middle. I don't think that's a bad score. It's just, it is generic. You know, it is what it is. Okay, weight. So this weighed in at 1.38 kilograms or 3.04 pounds. So if you just round it to 1.4 kilograms, it is a little heavy. I would say 1.2 kilograms, I think, is the sweet spot for a very light backpack, especially if this is for travel, but it's not kind of meant for your everyday, like you're going to be using it a lot. They do kind of target it towards a flight backpack. So you take it on the plane. They really emphasize that kind of travel, not necessarily like the daily commute kind of travel. Not to say you can't use it. I mean, it is a business bag. I would say it's it's normal, all right? It's not pretty light, it's normal. Like, it's the normal size, it's the normal weight that you would get. I mean, if you get 1.2, then it's extremely light, or 1 kilogram, which is great. Okay, straps. So this is looking at, not really the comfort of the straps, but the quality. So I will talk a little bit. There's a lot of padding, which is great. I love that. A lot of padding on the straps. They also have this luggage strap as well, which acts also as a lumbar support. It's very, very, very soft, which is great. They could have just left it as like a straight strap, but that's good how they've got that support there. They have a lot of these kind of loops, which I find a little bit redundant. What's the loops for? Like, I don't get it. Why put these loops in when they're not being used for something? I just find that a little strange. They don't really advertise how to use these straps as well, so I think they're a little bit redundant. So that's a big letdown for me. They could have fit in like little pockets for like public transport cards, for cables and stuff like that, but it seems that they didn't, which is unfortunate. These straps are plastic, your standard plastic ones. I don't mind these, and it keeps the cost down. So yeah, but so standard plastic straps, quite thick, not going to break that easily, and that they do provide you with quite a bit of grip as well. Because of the way that I do this, and the way that I name it, so there's a different correlation between points and what I think this is. So I think the straps are not bad, but that only gives it 1 out of a total of 3. It's not a 0. So that's the thing. If it's horrible, even though it's still there, just because it gets a 0, it's a bit hard to understand the way that I do it. But this is the best way. Unless you guys got a suggestion, let me know in the comments below. But I would say that the straps are not bad. You know, not bad. It's just that these ones, it would receive a pretty good, but it just let me down with these random kind of loops. I think with that, they were trying to put the different paddings to secure the different paddings. That's why there's stitches here. But I think they could have just done it a bit better, in my opinion. They could have handled that. Okay, anti-theft and security. Pretty much non-existent. The only kind of security or kind of thing that says, hey, this is secure, is this top thing. So I guess they expect people to carry the bag like this a lot. And so they've got this reinforced with like a steel rod / cable inside, and so it's definitely not gonna break 100%, which is a good thing, but I'm not sure why they did that, because not many people, I don't really carry my bags like this. Some might do that, so you know, by all means, but it's a little weird for me. But everything else, there's no locks on them, no TSA stuff, not really much security. It's not really cut proof either. So I would say it pretty much is non-existent. I'm just thinking what they could have done. Because this is a travel bag, you have to have some sort of security nowadays, especially because there's a lot of anti-theft stuff coming out. It's a bit hard to compete because all these other bags that I reviewed have anti-theft. This one does not. It didn't used to always be like that, because back in the day, this was the normal thing, and it was normal that it didn't have anti-theft. But now there's a certain expectation to have anti-theft, and so I just have to give it a 0 because it just isn't there. Not to say that that's a bad thing again, it's just that I'm marking this criteria with everything else that's out there. There are travel bags out there that do have anti-theft features, such as, you know, cut-proof sections, or whether it be, you know, lockable parts, whatever it is. These don't even have holes where you can lock easily. I mean, you can probably get a lock between this and like slide a lock through that, but that's the most you could do. I'm fortunate that they didn't have some sort of like hidden pocket here. Like, this isn't a pocket. There's no kind of side pockets as well. I mean, you can probably put something in here, but it's meant for, you know, drinks and umbrellas and stuff like that. So that's one thing. So I'm unfortunately gonna have to give it a non-existent. I have to be fair, but that's, as I said, it's not too much of a bad thing. It just depends on where you're gonna bring this and in what context. It always goes to context. So next thing, exterior features. So we mentioned this handle. This is definitely something I haven't seen very much on bags. You have the very soft padding on the back, so not many people put one on the top. Breathable on the sides as well, and they have this lower lumbar support. It also acts as the hand luggage strap, and you can loop it through the top bit as well. It's quite wide, so you can do that. Yeah. The other features, exterior features, which I think is pretty cool. Each side has a expandable strap where you can put umbrellas or a drink bottle or something like that. Might not be that big for my bottle, but we'll have a see. Everything else is pretty standard. The bottom has this probably is anti-cut, I will say. Most people steal stuff from the top. I don't find many people cut from the bottom. I mean, I've never been robbed, so I can't tell too much, but I feel like people would rather pickpocket from zips rather than the bottom. But I guess it is, so maybe I'll revisit this. So I'll say that it has very little, just because that bottom bit is quite scratch resistant. Yeah, that's something. I have to give that. Just say it's average exterior features. Interior features and space management. All right, let's get to this. So we've talked about the 2 water bottle and umbrella holders on the side. This front pocket is pretty much half open, and this is what we get. So we get this zip inside here. This can fit some stuff here. This is probably maybe like a power bank or something of that sorts. You also have, oh, I totally missed this introductory card. So this just talks about the limited 1-year warranty. So you can pause that and read that. So you can clean this, just clean it with mild soap and water. Obviously don't fully saturate, don't put it in the washing machine. They also have this 7 points of precision: inspiration, inclusivity, protection, beauty, organization, durability, and value. So those are their 7 kind of things of a backpack. Yeah, 2 slots for pens, and goes down pretty deep. Too bad there isn't another flap here, but yeah, they got this zip. That's pocket 1. Pocket 2, you have a top pocket which goes down about the length of my hand. So there you go, length of my hand, like so, which is pretty good. You can fit, you know, whatever you want, sunglasses, you can fit power banks, you can fit, you know, passports in there. You have this middle section. I'm not sure what this one is for, but it's hard to show, but I'll try my best. They have this zip mesh compartment, and on the other side they've got this kind of Velcro section. You can probably fit folders, notebooks or something like that. And they've got this fold section. I don't know if you can see that through the camera, maybe you can't. But there's like a little flap where you can fold down to flatten out the bottom so you can store things. But if you want to compress that section, you can. Finally, you have the back section, which is the full 180-degree open. They say it's checkpoint friendly. I'm not sure what they mean by that. So they said that, oh, you can, you know, when you get to the checkpoint, you can do this really easily. So if I was to grab my bag, put it on the table, do this, grab this out, pull the tablet out, because for me, in Australia, we have to put it on a separate tub, and in some places as well. So I guess what you just do like that, put it in here, and then when you take it back here, put it in, close it up. But then you still have to have this awkward zip up. I don't know, I think it's easier, isn't it easier to just unzip, take your laptop out, put it there? I don't know. Anyway, that's one thing. So it's interesting that they've got this flap, which is quite nice. This is the big thick padding that they showed on that kind of tag. So it goes all the way down to the bottom, and it goes on both sides, and yeah, it really protects your laptop from drops or any damage. Velcro strap here. You've also got this section where you can fit, I don't know, any kind of documents or whatever you want in here as well. So those are the kind of things. So as always, we can't test it unless we actually start loading it up. All right, so this is what I bring day to day. If I was going, on a business travel, maybe I might pack a few more things, but this is kind of the basis of what I would fit. And I actually think this would be quite a good backpack to fit all this stuff because there's many different compartments and each one has its own purpose. So I'm just gonna fast forward this and show you what it's like to load this up. That has got to be one of the quickest packings I've ever done. Everything fit in very easily. Everything had its place. It just made complete sense. I just didn't know where to put this tablet, to be honest, because I wanted to put it further deeper, but then I wanted it to be easily a bit more accessible. So I decided to put the front. I reckon if they made this, if this section was another flap, so they had the zip as well, but if they made this like another flap, then I would probably put it within this flap here. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, the top section will do. So yeah, I've got my power bank, my Sharpie, a cable for my power bank, and my mouse here as well. In the top section, I've got some chewing gum, some Bluetooth in-ears, and my iPod. The middle section, I put my Bible in the slot. My charger is in there as well. And I've got my cable organizer, which holds all my cables, like my USBs, flash drives, and hard drives, and all that. And the last section obviously holds the laptop and my clipboard. Like, everything just makes sense, and it just works. The only thing which doesn't fit too well, as you can see, is this drink bottle. Unfortunately, I think both sides are the same size. Yeah, they are the same size, but yeah, it can easily fall out. So I'll probably only stick small items in here. I mean, you can fit an umbrella. That's the only unfortunate thing, but it has that for you as an option. As you can see, it retains a nice shape as well, which is great, and it just is a good bag. It fits everything that I need to fit. So interior features and space management, I would have to say it's actually really good. I won't say it's amazing, because there are still things which I said I didn't really like, where I didn't really know where to put my tablet. There wasn't a clear spot. If they had put that flap out, maybe it would have been nice. But it is really pretty damn close. And also the bottle, so maybe I'll give it a really good. It kind of missed out on amazing because of, yeah, that tablet didn't know where to put it, plus the drink bottle. Remember, these are my opinions. You may have said, oh, you should have put the tablet there. That's totally fine. That's totally up to you. All right, let's comfort. Let's do this. Let's see how comfortable this thing is. I didn't notice that it also is a little bit, it's quite small. All right, so let's loosen these straps up a bit. Okay. So first thing I notice is that the straps feel a little funny. The mesh breathing bits, I think, could have been a bit softer. But this is the kind of view that you get. So side view, back view, another side view, and back to me again. So it feels like a normal backpack. Looks a little small on me, because I'm pretty big size. If I went a little bit lower, maybe. I just don't know where backpacks are supposed to sit, actually. Like, I would say there, just on a lower lumbar support. It's not bad. So right now I'm carrying 6.8 kilograms, or almost 15 pounds. So that's roughly the weight. And it feels quite good. I mean, 6 is not that heavy. If I added the water bottle, it would have been 7 kilograms. as I said, it just feels a little awkward with all these different points. It doesn't feel soft on the back. You know, these back kind of 3 section just feels like there's too many lumps going on. If they made this, you know, back one whole soft section, maybe. The lumbar support is nice. I don't really feel that, which is good. Because in my opinion, I don't think you should be feeling the individual bits. You should just feel the whole bag itself as nice and comfortable. You shouldn't be feeling individual kind of lumps. So that's my opinion. And these can be quite hard. They're not that soft as well. So that's my comment on, you know, the comfort. So overall score for comfort, I think it's quite average. As I said, not really too particularly happy about those 3 bits. Pricing and value, as I said, it was $85 on Amazon, so 85 US dollars. So you translate that to Australian dollars, about 100, 110, 112. So $112, it's not bad. I mean, as I said, you know, you go to every other kind of travel store where they sell brands like Samsonite and stuff like Antler and all those brands. You are going to find backpacks just like this for that price. What I do like about it, as I said, it's got a lot of places to put items. This particular spot is quite good. So in terms of the value, just of the features and everything, I would say that it's quite reasonably priced. I don't say it's you know, extremely affordable. I'd say it's reasonable. I'd say it's just under reasonable. So just like there. So it's not too bad. Versatility of use, who is this for, or does it meet the targeted customer? So I think it does in a way, because this is for travelers. So if you're traveling to work, it may not be as comfortable, but you're gonna fit everything that you need to fit. You can fit more stuff. You can fit like a scarf. You can fit perhaps even like in this section here, you can fit some lunch as well. You know, if you like to pack your own lunch. For traveling on an airplane, I think it's a good option as well. The thing is, I've always offered my bags to my family when they go on trips and stuff like that. They never took it up because they didn't like the design of the Bobby or the Click. Well, I used my Click Pack, but yeah, they didn't like the design of the other bags because it couldn't really fit as much as they wanted to, and it just looked a little bit too weird. But because of the generic look, I'm sure that they're going to bring this backpack when I offer it to them. So I think versatility of use, it is versatile for traveling on flights for sure. It does meet their target audience in that sense. It also is pretty good for the daily commute. It allows you to carry all that you need, but because of the daily commute, it isn't that anti-theft. Yeah, it depends how particular you are regarding that sense. So I'd say, you know, somewhat 1 to 2 uses, it gets that. Again, just to go through some of the things that I liked about it, I love how it's got a lot of pockets. I do miss that from these anti-theft backpacks, which are 180-degree opens. I really do miss the fact that, you know, you have so many zips. If you looked ages in my channel, I did have a bag very similar to this one, and I loved how it had so many pockets, and I just love having that. This handle at the top is quite unique, very strong. The padding wasn't that good at the back. I think, you know, as I said, it just gets too, it feels weird having so many lumps on the back. Maybe they should have just made it one kind of really soft piece, but this back lumbar support is good. The straps are a little funny over here, but it's good how they've got these inside, these kind of zip compartments to put, you know, small water bottles or umbrellas. I like how, yeah, they've got these mini compartments as well. Good thick protection at the back for the laptop. It is a 180 open, so if you do like 180 opens, you can do that. Pretty thick padding, so even if you drop the bag or whatever, you know that it's not going to get damaged because it is very, very, very thick material. Very, very good padding, which is great. I want you to just look at what it's meant for. As I said, you are competing with the modern backpacks of the day that are anti-theft, that are coming from, you know, places like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, but it's not really designed to compete in that market. For example, if you're putting a Bobby backpack against a ClickPack Pro, that's a fair game. Whereas this is a totally different kind of bag. It's not meant to compete on that level. So even though it is a 13.3 out of 31, it doesn't mean it's a bad backpack. As I said, just because it looks bland, that can be a good thing. Just because it's you know, not fully like anti-theft, cut-proof, can be a good thing. The less can be more. You don't want to draw too much attention. It's a generic backpack. You're not trying to protect too much as it appears. But yeah, that's up to your personal opinion. So again, this is the Atlas by Level 8. I'll leave in the description below if you want to go ahead and grab this for yourself. Those links do give me a kickback, so I really appreciate it if you do use them. It helps me to continue to make videos like this for you guys. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any comments about this bag or anything else, and I'll try get around to answer those for you as soon as I can. Let me know what you guys think about this bag. Do you think this kind of bag is still you know, usable in this kind of period where a lot of anti-theft bags are coming out? Do you think that it's outdated, that they should do away with these kind of bags? Let me know. Put those comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one.